See how.
Not for free.
Yeah, we'll see if this is so. Can you tell us anything about the composition that we're going to see here out of the ArenaNet team? I see an Ellie.
Looks like a. It looks
Ellie,
like two Ellies, a Necro, Warrior, and I'm guessing Terz is a Guardian. Am I right? Ah, right.
All right.
Terz is pretty well known over in our area about just being an unkillable Guardian.
And I don't think we'll have. Are we having any class modifications over here on the blue team? Ranger, Ellie.
It worked the first
Engineer.
2 times, right?
Oh, you changed up, right? Yeah. Okay.
Thief. It looks like.
Went to a Thief. So
Thieves could actually be very interesting here. They're really good at getting in quick and unloading a lot of damage.
No Warrior though. No Warrior in this composition. It looks like. Was that going to be a problem for the blue team?
You know, I don't think it is. I think that they got a lot of damage, and I think if they pick their targets right, they're just going to annihilate them. I think the only problem they're going to have is I don't see a lot of defense. So they're going to take these capture points, and they're instantly going to have to run because they're not going to be able to face A-Net.
All right, well, let's find out if the teams are...
Do it.
ArenaNet, are you ready? Are you nervous? You should be. All right.
Here we go.
Is the crowd ready? Who wants ArenaNet to win?
I like how only the ArenaNet
Who wants the
clapped.
underdogs to win?
Oh.
All right. Underdogs have a little bit of crowd backing. They're the crowd favorite. And here we go. We're live.
Looks like right off the start, blue splits again. I love the fact that as soon as those doors open, that they get mobile. They go very quick to different capture points. And I'm guessing that Isaiah and Terza are going to try and hold the center. They normally don't bring a lot of damage to the party, but since it's a Warrior and a Guardian, they bring a lot of defense.
Right, which makes them obviously very, very difficult to kill. Now, we do see the Trebuchet from the ArenaNet team. They're continuing to fire. Now, I assume that there's friendly fire as well with the Trebuchet.
There is not, actually.
Oh, okay.
It makes it a huge advantage for a well-placed shot.
So not only are the characters doing damage, but if you can supplement that with a Trebuchet because you don't hurt your teammates, and that is a huge, huge opportunity to control that point.
And one thing to remember is, especially in the center area, it's very, very close area. So one good shot is going to knock everybody back, which is going to interrupt all of their skills.
And it does look like our first blue member is down. And just waiting for the spawn back in. And that means that ArenaNet right now controlling that center area.
ArenaNet with 2 points on the board here, it looks like. One just got neutralized, though. Blue is now getting neutralized as well. And it looks like John Peters was using the Trebuchet, but is now in combat with somebody that it's attempting to stop him. Had to use Lich Form there, chased him off, so he might be able to get another shot. The thing is, though, is you gotta figure that he's going to be coming back. He's not going to want you to use that Trebuchet too many times.
Additionally, you're kind of like neutralizing a player of your own team by trying to take out this member that's operating the Trebuchet right now. Doesn't seem to be affecting him too much. He's going to go right back to firing that. And right now, the ArenaNet team does lead 111 to 46.
ArenaNet has lost both their points, though, now. So blue team, it looks like that they're able to get hopefully 2 of the 3 on the board, maybe 3 of 3. The center is normally really hard to take.
They took it.
There we go.
Took it. One
blue
lone
team
Ellie.
with 2 points on the board now.
They'll be getting a lot more points here. It looks like also the windmill is in contention.
Now at this point, we still have John on the Trebuchet, it looks like, bringing rain, but they've got 2 points on the board, which means all they really need to do is just hold out, but they lack a lot of defensive character. They don't have anything that's really able to hold strong, maybe the engineer, but when you've got an Ellie, you've got a Thief, those guys are very squishy and they need to be able to stay mobile.
It almost seems that in this situation, if they're going to put a lot of focus there on the center, even though it can be a very advantageous point, that maybe they need to focus on the points on the outside. Right now, red team, the ArenaNet team, is not only taking the mansion, but they also control the clock tower. And the clock tower is only being, it's only in contention with 1 elementalist from the blue team.
Yeah, it does look like ArenaNet regrouped. They were able to take their 2 points back. The center is definitely under attack again. But it looks like John Peters is giving support at the windmill. He's sending in some treb shots, as we can probably see here. Boom, there's a huge explosion. Looks like he got about 3 or 4 people with one shot. Here comes another one. He got one guy. It looks like everybody else is kind of backed out a little bit out of the area, which is, it's good because you don't want to die, obviously, but it's really bad because now you're not taking that capture point. It's
right now 185 to 119, still a fairly close game. We're seeing the blue team trying to take over the center point once again. But there is a one-on-one battle, and because that ArenaNet player is there, he cannot fully capture that
there's
spot.
There's a nice shield right there, which is going to constantly knock the blue guys out. ArenaNet is really good at making sure nobody gets in that radius. And since it's a warrior and a guardian going in there and trying to mess with them at all, they're just going to take all of that damage.
There was a huge stumping
like
there at the
two
center
red
area.
Players down now.
Took down in addition to the trebuchet fire.
Center did get neutralized, but it looks like Terza and Izzy just instantly take it back. And at this point in the game, I would just say forget the middle. You got to get something on the trebuchet. Start going for the outside points, because close quarter combat against these guys is just not going to pay off.
And ArenaNet's moving in towards the windmill. They've got a lone elementalist there, and there is no opposition at the windmill, so it looks like ArenaNet could be taking a 3-point advantage with all points under their control. The windmill is just moments away from getting captured by ArenaNet, and that is all three, and we will see the points.
All 3 of those points are going to start skyrocketing now unless Blue is able. It looks like Blue is going to try and neutralize both of them. But again, it looks like they're trying to go for that center point, and it's just, even if you get it, you gotta realize that Izzy and Terza, they're just going to be right back there again.
Once again, the blue team trying to take out the Necromancer who's controlling the trebuchet. Unfortunately, not able to take him out, and so they will have to continue to deal with that. Certainly, for those of you that will be competing in the Guild Wars composition, consider having one guy on the trebuchet at all times.
Yeah, the trebuchet is a great equalizer. That damage and that knockback component on it is just amazing to use, especially in the clock tower. As we can see, it looks like we got ArenaNet with 2 of the 3 capture points. Center got neutralized, but I'm not sure which team is attempting to take that one right now.
It's 343 to 148. The blue team starting to fall behind just a little bit. Right now, the middle is controlled by ArenaNet. Also, the windmill. And right now, the mansion is the only point that is currently neutral.
It looks like the windmill now is getting shelled by a trebuchet by ArenaNet, which looks like it's cleared out anyone trying to attack that. Trebuchet just putting pressure on pretty much everything with how quick it's able to rotate. There's a tornado now at the windmill, but it looks like Carl is able to barely escape. Just under 400 health left on him. Little help there would have really secured that capture point for the blue team.
Yeah, and there was, I love the strategy of just kind of using the tornado to kind of zone out your enemies while you're capturing the point. Makes a lot of sense strategically. And it did allow them to at least capture the mansion that way. They couldn't get the windmill that way, but the center is currently, well, there's a battle taking place, a 1 versus 1.
Oh, that was a treb shot right there. Ends up dropping 2 of them, it looked like there. And again, that treb, it's the great equalizer. When it's in the hands of the leading team, it's just going to be really hard for you to get back on the board. It looks like 3 points are now neutralized. And center like being one of them, but center is also, they got trebbed pretty bad there, so I imagine, that goes to ArenaNet. Blue team picks up 1, and it looks like the mansion is now owned by ArenaNet as well.
Yeah, and right now, again, looks like an engineer goes after the Necromancer for ArenaNet, controlling that trebuchet. And now there's 2 guys trying to take out the trebuchet operator.
It's definitely one of those things where you want to send a lot of damage and get it done quick. Once you kill the operator, destroy the trebuchet. That way they have to spend time repairing it, which will give you a lot of time to have a lot of 5-on-4s and possibly a couple of capture points.
And ArenaNet's just a few points away. It is currently 477 to 186. It looks like they're going to be able to go back to work next week and not be mocked and ridiculed by the rest of the team.
And that is going to be the game, it looks like.
GG
Good
ArenaNet.
game, though.
Nice work, fellas. Good job. Of course, even though they lost versus ArenaNet, they are still going to get some cool prizes. They get themselves a Razer Death Adder mouse and a Scarab mouse pad. And everyone that competed here also got themselves a Guild Wars 2 t-shirt.